my name is Lailana. I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm the founder of Taosol Jam. I'm half Filipino, quarter Lebanese, and quarter Palestinian. I was born in Abu Dhabi and raised in Dubai, but I've been in London for the past 10 years. One thing about Filipino culture and the funny stereotype is that every Filipino can sing, and it's because karaoke is rooted in our culture, right? So there's karaoke playing at every celebration, every family gathering. Even if it's just like a dinner and you want to do something and it's like not play cards, you're gonna do some karaoke. And it's just so nice. Like in the Philippines, you can rent out a karaoke machine and have it delivered to your house within minutes. Every time I went back home, I always remembered, like, I'd wake up to the sound of the roosters, but then I'd always hear someone singing. So, like, whether it's a neighbor or someone, like, 10 houses down, it's like you're always filled with music. In true Filipino mom fashion, you know, my mom, it was her dream to be a singer, and she couldn't fulfill it because, you know, she had obligations to help her family, help her 6 younger siblings get through to university. So after university, she went straight into the work field. She moved all the way to Abu Dhabi. She was like, you know, she's hustling, she's doing her job. But when she had me, she wanted to pass down her love of music. And somehow her dream became my dream to sing. And it started with literally karaoke from the second I could hold a microphone. She was like, baby, sing. Sing for your aunties, sing for your uncle. My sister is 6 years younger than me, and I was always known as the singer of the family. I was like, if I'm gonna have a sister, a sibling that I wished and prayed for and begged my parents, like, please guys, I can't be an only child. If I'm gonna have a sister, then we're gonna start a band. And my sister fell in love with the piano, so we'd always find ourselves just jamming in the living room. Our parents would be looking for us for hours, and we'd just be with the piano and just jamming, writing songs, making up nonsense. But yeah, it's always something with music. I was 16 when I first moved to the UK, and I remember walking into the classroom, my first class, people were already staring at me. People were some people even looked a bit scared, and I said, guys, I'm only human. And I was so nervous, and the teacher introduced me to everyone and was like, okay, this is Lailana. She just moved here from Dubai. People were like, Dubai? Growing up with Islam and Christianity, people were always intrigued. They were always like, oh, how are you growing up with 2 religions? And I'm just like, guys, I don't know, I'm doing it, you know. These are Abrahamic religions, you know. The belief is very, very similar. The teachings are very, very similar. I knew that the majority of the room would have probably grown up in a Christian household. So I was trying to take ideologies that I've learned from my Christian side and just try to find some common ground. But I've never in my whole life felt so isolated. From day one, I already felt so alienated from the rest of the class because obviously my belief system didn't match theirs. This is what I wish I could tell 16-year-old me, girl, get it together, you know who you are and stay true to who you are. But because I was in a place I had no one and I had nothing, I felt like I had to kind of repress the side of me that was such a big part of me growing up. Walking into my first jam session, it was at the Jago, and there, literally, I was looking for my bandmates who were already sat on a table. And as I walked in, there's this amazing soul singer, and she was just belting and I was in awe. And she looks at me and she's like, you? And I'm like, yes. She's like, you're a singer. And I was like, huh? How does she know? And she's like, come here and take this mic and come sing with me. She handed me a mic, and then we just jammed for a good 10 minutes, and already I felt like I was part of this community that I had no clue about. I had never been to that music venue before. I didn't even know these kind of spaces existed. She made me feel so welcomed and so comfortable and so free. I was I didn't care anymore. I was everything that was holding me back, I just left at the front door. Throughout 2022, I think I had like completed the jam scene circle. Like I had been to almost every single jam in London. And at the time I was living with a mix of artists, dancers, and DJs. And I remember one night, one of my friends I was living with was like, as a DJ, I wish I could like come and jam with you, like as a joke. I was like, you know, that would actually be so cool. And then my other friend, who is a singer and a producer, he was like, why don't you just create a night like that? And I was like, what? And I was like, then I started thinking, I was like, electrofusion. And then he's like, yes. He's like, why not? I wanted to create a space where musicians of all kinds, so live musicians and electronic musicians, could come together and create something beautiful together. So that's how Taosol started. I did not know what I was doing. I had formed a house band of friends that I had met throughout the year, like from other different jams. And I was like, okay, it's messy, but it worked. So the word Taosol comes from two words. The first word is the Filipino word Tao, which in Tagalog means human. And then sol comes from the Arabic word Tawasul, which means connection. So you get human, you get connection, and you put it together, you get Taosol. Human connection through all forms of music, art, creativity, activism, and community. The beautiful thing about it is that it's a safe space, you know, it's a judgment-free zone. People walk in, they're not scared to make mistakes because jamming is not about perfection, it's not about trying to compete with others around you to show who has the best skills. I think the reason I became so addicted to it is because I craved this sense of community and I craved being part of something bigger. The Taosol Collective is made of a diverse group of people. We're from all different walks of life, all different parts of the world. I always find that music and art allow people to politically engage in difficult conversation. We make it a point to, you know, educate our community through song, through music, with everything going on in Palestine, everything going on in Lebanon. With my music that I create, I don't want to bring music to life, I want to bring life to music. My dream for Taosol is to actually take these songs that we've created on stage, refine them, write and create them into actual songs, record them, and hopefully one day, inshallah, go around the world and share them